In today's video, we're going to take a look at some of the new functionality or enhanced functionality that you'll find in AutoCAD Plant 3D 2025. So one of the productivity tools that you have got in AutoCAD Plant is the ability to take a P&ID or a line that you've drawn, like a pipeline that you've drawn, and be able to reuse the information that you've put into it inside a 3D drawing that you're drawing. So I'm going to just create a new plant drawing over here, plant 1. Okay, and say for instance I want to go and put some piping in here, but I've already created the P&ID in a previous drawing. So if I go through over here, any of these pipelines over here, you can see there's a 4-inch CS 300 P1040 that I've got running over here from this pump. It's got a valve over there. So let's take a look at what I'd like to, bring that into my 3D drawing. So going back to my plant 1, yes, I could, start routing the pipe, and then I just tag it the same as I would inside my P&ID, but there's an easy way to do that, so where you don't have to go and retype out different information. So on your part inspection, you've got a command called P&ID line list. And when I select P&ID line list, it brings up this this dialog over here, this tool palette. Now, if you haven't gone into 2025 yet and you're still in 2024 and below, will notice a couple of differences here. So firstly, the biggest difference I can see over here is that I can actually see a picture of the P&ID. And if I right click on it, I can invert back color so you can see it a little bit more clearly. And if I hold down my left mouse button, I can zoom, or I can pan over here. If I select the drop down, you'll see I can go to my next drawing. So it actually will then pick up either or drawing. And at the bottom over here, it's much more organized. You'll see there, it's got all the line numbers, and you can see there, for the ones that it's not too sure about, it's got a question mark. Now here comes the really great thing. So if I select the little arrow next to it, the little fly out arrow, what it allows me to see is actually what's going on in that line. First of all, it has zoomed to that that line number. Okay, so let's go maybe to 1060, and it also highlights it. So you can see there it's highlighting that line over there. If I expand it, it tells me where it's going from and to, and I think this is actually quite great. And with that, it also gives me a little picture of the vessel that is coming through. And you'll see if I just hover my cursor over, it says vessel, map to plant 3D class, vessel. Okay. Now, if I select on my N1 flange nozzle, it'll show me where the nozzle is, shows me where the pipe is, and actually highlights what, which part of this pipe run it is all the way to the end on where it finishes. Now, I can also go zoom to selected. And what that does, that is just, it's the same as previously, where it'll go zoom to the selected components over there. Okay, so I've already placed this in over here with these pipe runs. Okay, so going back to my plant 1 over here, so if I wanted to go and start bringing this in, let's go here. Okay, zoom to selected, there's my assumed nozzle. I'm going to just actually recreate it, make like we hadn't put it in already. Right click, place component in current DWG, AutoCAD to select objects in P&ID preview, which is the top over here, and find in P&ID preview. Okay, there we go. So a great, even coming from a different P&ID. So it's picking up that off-page connector over there, which I think is fantastic. So there you've got your right click, place current DWG in there, and you can see I can start doing my piping to wherever I need to do it over here. So once again, AutoCAD Plant 2025 bringing out some really nice productivity tools. It's such a pleasure to be able to see sort of actually what's going on in the P&ID as a little preview over there. Obviously you can, if if it's a bit too small for you, you can make it bigger. Just dragging this up over here, so you can actually see quite clearly what's going on with these P&IDs over here, where the line number is, where it's going from and to. So I'm just untick this. Oh, and at the bottom of there, you can also see this object already exists in the current model. Okay, so with that, I think this is quite neat. Previously you wouldn't be able to, sorry, just being able to see that it's already been put into the drawing is quite useful, especially when it comes to checking your design work and just double checking maybe if you've taken all your components from your P&ID into your plant. And that's also besides the verification options that you do have with the AutoCAD plant project as well. Thanks very much for watching.